conflict on the Middle East in its fifth week and world oil and gas prices surging, Chief Executive Officer of the Seprod Group, Richard Pandui, is warning that the Jamaican economy is in for a rough period in the coming months. Mr. Pandui, who heads one of Jamaica's largest food distribution companies, told Radio Jamaica News that food prices will skyrocket in coming weeks. He says the Middle East conflict is already affecting Jamaica, primarily through higher oil prices.
Which has begun increasing transportation costs, electricity and production costs. In terms of food security, this translates into higher prices for both imported and locally produced food. Imported goods are becoming more expensive due to shipping costs, higher input costs for packaging, and those type of things. For local food production, local farmers are going to face higher input costs for fertilizers, animal feed and transportation. I don't expect any issue with the availability of food. The challenge will be the affordability. The overall economic effect, if the conflict continues, will be increased economic headwind with high inflation, pressure on household spending, and pressure on businesses to maintain margin. This conflict is extremely unfortunate, but it couldn't have come at a worse time for Jamaica. We now have had two major external shocks in 6 months, Hurricane Melissa and now this. So overall, headwinds ahead, tough times, but we'll hopefully be resilient as we've always done and get through this.
Chief Executive Officer of the Seprod Group, Richard Pandui.
Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law do we meditate day and night. For we shall be like trees planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth our fruit in our season. Our leaves shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though we walk through the valley of the shadows of death, we will fear no evil. For the Lord Jesus Christ is with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. The Lord Jesus Christ prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. He anointeth our head with oil, our cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our lives, and we will dwell in the house of the Lord Jesus Christ forever and ever. Amen. Welcome, 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 welcome. Hallelujah. I want to thank the Almighty this morning because the devil is a liar. Yeah, man, him rise up this morning, But the Almighty said, no, you will not prevail. You will not prevail. So here we are with you this morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. If you're just coming on to the channel, if you're new over here, we welcome you. We thank you for tuning in, and to all our subscribers and our followers, thank you for staying true to Portland Spice TV. Morning and welcome.
Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-we, big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV. Louis Culture say it once, so we say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus match where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice TV is here. Woo!
Once you have been given that information by Customs, the committee would like a report on what Customs has found in terms of its investigation into all four and whatever remedies they have recommended for those companies to deal with it. the specific breaches.
Okay, just to be clear, Chair, Customs has made it very clear to us that they have nothing to do with those companies. We are the ones, the hospital is the one who they are holding accountable to pay all charges and fines. As to where we will get the money from, it is...
I mean, that's fair. I mean, these companies didn't, it's your tax exemption that was utilized.
It is a hospital name that is on the importation documents, and therefore they are holding the importer as being accountable.
So that is why we want to understand, and that's why I probably have to come back, because it is not one company, it is four. And this is based on the findings from the AG, who, as she said, it's a minute subset or sample that was taken of the operations of the UE. So we don't know if, as my friend said, this is institutionalized or if it is systemic. So that is why, Chair, we have to come back to see. So this is just probably the tip of the iceberg. But I proceed. In terms of deep diving a little bit, and I know you sir, are here only since January. I'm looking at page 10 of the actual Auditor General 72-page report. And there are a couple of things that I want clarity on. And this is as it relates to private company 3. And it is also related to private company 4, because I see permeating through this misuse of the tax exempt. So I want to understand a buyback, right? There is this buying back. So you give them the tax exempt, and then they went and procured or brought the stuff in, and then we are buying it back. Well, not we, the Universal Hospital is buying it back, sometimes tenfold. So for example, waste bins for private company 4. It says here was valued at 6.6 million. The company saved 3 million by virtue of the tax exemption. So they paid roughly 3.6. But then the hospital bought back that from private company 4 for 11 million. So I just want to understand. I want to understand why, as the chairman would have asked earlier, why didn't you just utilize your tax exemption in the first instance to buy the thing? And what is this buyback about? There's also, I think, private company 3, cups and dishes, imported for 1.4 million, and then the UE buy it back again for 6.9. So the country has heard about, and there's been glorification and publication around one entity when there are 4 companies, when it's possible it has been institutionalized and the utilization of the tax exemption is a convention and practice between the EU and its partners. But this buyback, what it is about and who is benefiting, because it's 1.4 and then buy it back at 6.9. So this company, private company 4, has made, 3 or 4 times profit. Private company 3 has made 10-fold profit. So I just want some clarity on that, CEO, because it looks really bad, but perhaps there is some explanation to it that some of us can't really understand.
Based on what you have shared, member, it would have, based on what you have said and what the Auditor General has stated, it is extremely bad. However, I cannot tell you why it was done.
Is there anybody else here who could tell us why?
I can tell you none of the senior leadership here or even in the hospital have been able to share or to say why it was just done.
Why are we buying back? Who is making money? What is this? And who? Yes.
Can we have a time limit?
I mean, we're not here for the entire member.
Exactly.
No, I'm asking all my pertinent questions, Member Cuthbert. No,
it's not critical. Member Cuthbert, we do have Parliament sitting at 2.
That's
and
right.
These issues have to be fully ventilated. And I'll give everybody an opportunity to talk. Everybody.
Yes. Yeah, so there's nobody who can help us with this buyback. to understand the rationale behind the buyback, and who are the beneficiaries?
The persons may purchase items and then sell the hospital and have their markup. And therefore, I only know. I don't know.
Who authorized these buybacks, though? You have no knowledge of who is within the university hospital who would have been authorizing these buybacks.
The matter, as I said, Chair, I have to be very careful because, as I said, this is before the police and also before customs and integrity commission. And Mr. Chair, I don't want to say reasons. I would prefer them with their investigative skills to do the assessment and make the determination through the due process, whether it be courts or otherwise.
Well, all right, first I want to welcome there 49 students from Dunrobin Primary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome to the Parliament of Jamaica.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Now, there's a lot of argument going around. Lots of argument. And Dennis Gordon has been taken to the cleaners by the labor rights. And I am not here to defend Dennis Gordon. I'm not going to be defending Dennis Gordon because you know what, people? And you know where we stand. If there is corruption, whoever involved must be taken down. However, like I told Senator Marlon Morgan on Richie B's show Thursday morning, that the GLP, the Jamaica Labour Party, have no integrity or no grounds on which to ask anybody to resign until the Prime Minister, Donovan Williams, Xavier Main, step down. In the interview, he brought my attention to transparency and accountability. Marlon Morgan talking to me about transparency and accountability. Marlon, you no have no argument, no supporter of Andrew Holness and the Labour Party can't talk about integrity. Action speaks louder than words. You have to show that. You also spoke about the institution who made the finding. And I want to bring you back to when that same institution made the finding about the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister disrespected the Auditor General. I'm opening the phone lines, but before I go to the phone lines, I want to bring you to just a little piece. I'm going to jump the interview and go down in it for to hear some of the discourse. Let's see if we can start it there. So.
Young Jamaican calling for him to resign as a member of parliament, because my principle that position is that a person's incumbency as an elected official is the prerogative of their constituents.
Okay.
However, I believe that the post to which he has been assigned, and even his political party post, if Mark Golding intends to be taken seriously as Region 3 chairman, is untenable, quite frankly. So he should be moving away from Parliament's PAC or any other committee for that matter, and he should be relieved of his Region 3 chairmanship in the TNT political organization.
Right.
That's my call. As for him as member of Parliament, he was elected by the people of St. Andrew East Central.
Richie.
So I'm not. I don't join that call. I'm
All
a
right.
principled man. I don't do like Colin Bell and other PNP people who argue based on expediency
let me
and
get-
one way from points to
Yeah.
point.
Let me-
I argue on a principled basis all the time, which
Richie.
is why I can defeat people in the PNP in all engagements.
Let me
all the
hear
time.
let me hear from Colin on that, and I also wanted to find out, Colin, how you feel about the way your leader Mark Golding has handled this situation, whether or not it strengthens or weakens leadership confidence. Your answer.
All right, let me say this, Richie. For the first time in the PAC this week, we heard officially the name of the companies, right? That was the first time the names were released officially. We were hearing branded about that Jack then, and I was always saying, but it's 4 companies, why only hear one? Jack
That
then
is
name
one
is
by
now...
MP.
All right, Marlon, thank you. Jack then name is now out there, and Mark Golding have his work to do, and as I said, there's an investigation by even Mocha into this, right? And if Dennis Gordon is at fault, then the chip must fall where they may and the axe must come down where it should come down. Now, we don't know the detail yet, and Dennis Gordon has not yet admitted to any wrongdoing. Richie, let's talk about principle. I mentioned Donovan Williams. I called his name, Richie. You realize Marlon never even mentioned that. That's one. 2, Richie, the Prime Minister of Jamaica sits in the Parliament for over 4 years with his statutory filing not been certified. And we're talking about accountability, hypocrisy, and transparency. What are we talking about here, Richie? Let's look at what is happening in Jamaica. This board that leads the UHWI is a board putting 8 members of this board that oversee all the shenanigans was put in place by Christopher Tufton, Minister of Health. The chairman of the board was named by Christopher Tufton. And remember the whole saga about the board issue at UHWI, Richie. And I am saying that once there is corruption, be it a PNP member of parliament or a GLP member of parliament, the axe must come down. But what do you do when there is an investigation and the person is saying, I am innocent? Let's wait on that investigation because it's ongoing. Customs said that the money going pay back. And I want to say this to the nation this morning, that the taxpayers of Jamaica must not pay $1 of that $10 million that customs say must pay back. It must either be paid by the company or the person who signed the document. This should not be like in the 90s when a prime minister borrowed $30 million and the taxpayers of Jamaica had to pay that back. Members of parliament, former people in the parliament now also borrowed money where the taxpayers had to pay it back. That's why the FinSAC report cannot be released. And don't tell me that there's no report, because a preliminary report was submitted to the government and it was shut down after that preliminary report was submitted. Yeah. So let's talk about principle.
Yeah. I know that Marlon wants to jump in and give his retort. I also wanted to put to Marlon the whole matter, because we know that accountability goes both ways. Will the JLP now be held to the same standard internally as you're calling for action to be taken against Dennis Gordon? But over to you, Marlon.
Look at what is happening with Rosie and Donovan Williams on a Central Kingston.
All right, let me allow Marlon to come in.
Richard B.,
yes, sir.
You notice what Mr. Colin Bell is doing, but he cannot get away with that when he's up against a formidable representative of the JLP. He can do it on his platform on YouTube, and he can do it in conversations on the veranda. He cannot do so in an interview with me, because I'm going to call out his attempt at red herring, dragging a red herring across the trail, and his deflection. But let me come to your principal question. Yes?
Yes.
We stand on principle. We're a nation of laws in Jamaica. We're a nation of institutions and processes, not of men. So Colin Bell will give you the impression that we're not at a point where we can make pronouncements in relation to Dennis Gordon. And I am putting it to you, Richie B., that is not so. A constituted authority, a competent authority, that being the Auditor General, undertook an investigation and came away with findings which have since been submitted to the Parliament of the land. That is the basis on which the observations I am making
despite recent rainfall.
I'm not
Prince
speaking on the
Moore
basis of an ongoing MOCA probe or a probe by the fraud squad. I do appreciate that those other investigative bodies, including the Integrity Commission, are embarked on a bit of investigation in relation to this same matter. But on the mere basis of the Auditor General report, what Colin Bell cannot deflect from or detract from is the fact that then Dennis Gordon's company is in the midst of this as one of the private entities referenced in that report in circumstances where he, Dennis Gordon, caused his attorneys to write to media houses to trespass on Jamaica's freedom of the press, to imperil our press freedom ratings in this country, in circumstances where he, Dennis Gordon, knew fully well that his company is one of the companies being referred to in the Auditor General report. So no amount of reference to Rosie, Donovan Williams, and Andrew Holness and Donovan Williams have matters before the courts in respect of the things that Colin Bell is referring to a while ago. Andrew Holness will have his day in court in relation to his action against the Integrity Commission. So no amount of PNP nonsense.
What is the court case about Donovan Williams with admitting that he has
in relation to the shares against him? We can't talk at the same time, my good friend. Donovan Williams has advanced a pushback in relation to claims against him in his capacity as secretary or something to that effect of a particular company. But no amount of red herring trying to call names and mix up everybody in one big pot of manish water is not going to help you on a morning like this, Colin Bell.
Right.
You have been exhibiting weakness in relation to this whole conversation because you cannot stand and put together a credible and compelling argument in defense of this Dennis Gordon. Because
I'm not defending Dennis Gordon, that's where you have it wrong.
There's no defense of Dennis Gordon. There is something that we need to wait on. We don't need to wait on anything. You know what the Auditor General is? The Auditor General's report is very clear, my good friend.
Just like it was clear against the Prime Minister when the Auditor General said that the Prime Minister housing program is duplicating when the Prime Minister disrespects the Auditor General.
Duplication is an affront to the democracy.
Let me put a scenario. Let me put a scenario to you. Let me put a scenario to you, Colin. If the roles were reversed and this involved a JLP MP, do you believe the PNP would be calling for immediate resignation? And should the same standard apply now? That's my question to you.
Richard, of course. Once there is sight of corruption by our representatives, they should step aside. And that's why I am saying that Marlon Morgan have no credibility to call for anybody resignation based on the fact that these labor rights have been tearing down the country. The Prime Minister's statutory filing cannot be certified. Donovan Williams admitting to holding shares, Richie. This is not some investigation, you know. He admits that he holds the shares and the shares are not his. This administration passed a law in the Parliament, I think it was about 2023, so that we could get off the grey list, that no shares in Jamaica should be held in secret. Donovan Williams, a member of Parliament and an attorney at law, sits in the Parliament holding shares in secret right now. He should step aside. That is illegal. The lawmakers should not be the lawbreakers. And if Dennis Gordon is guilty, he must step aside.
All right.
You realize the platform on which Colin seeks to stand is using supposition, talking about it.
There's no supposition. Donovan Williams admit there's no supposition.
We heard you.
You spoke a while ago. Allow me now.
Yes.
The better question, Richie, to put to Colin Bell is whether he believes that having regard to the Auditor General's finding and the actions by Dennis Gordon in terms of trying to obfuscate and disavow knowledge of what is going on here, the fact that his company was one of the benefiting companies, if he, Colin Bell, has an issue with that. So forget the Integrity Commission probe or the MOCA probe for the time being.
And I am saying I don't have an issue with you calling for his resignation, but you and the GLP don't have that credibility to call for anybody.
Well, you use the word credibility, and I wanted to pose one more question to Marlon as we're running out of time, which is, can the JLP
credibly demand accountability here without opening up itself to scrutiny over how the JLP itself might have handled similar allegations within its own ranks?
Excellent question, Richard. So let me go again, which is why I said in this interview that people like me are impervious to certain criticism because I do not operate on the basis of expediency. I started at some point in this interview to make the point that we are a nation of laws, institutions, and processes. And institutions have their work to do, and people are subject to the work of institutions while they have their rights, which is why the Prime Minister was able to indicate that he has a challenge with the findings of the IC and the conclusions they have drawn, and which is why, like any citizen, Andrew Holness is exercising and acting on his rights as a citizen of Jamaica. Yes?
All right.
And so any aggrieved person can act similarly. What
we also have an issue with the Auditor General. Remember the Auditor General report on the Prime Minister. He had an issue with that too.
So your institutions are good.
Let me allow.
When these institutions find your party in
1 second.
they are not good all the time.
Gentlemen.
You and others like you all the time. It is called superior logic. I am not here on this interview. I am not on this interview calling for Dennis Gordon's resignation as MP, because I know that is not a principled call. Dennis Gordon is the subject of the people of East Central St. Andrew. So I don't associate with that call. What I am
calling for the resignation of Donovan Williams as minister based on the fact that he admits that he's holding shares in secret.
I'm going to give you I'm going to give you 30 seconds, Colin, to wrap, and Marlon, you'll get 30 seconds as well. Your 30 seconds starts now.
I just said to the Jamaican people, you all are aware of the shenanigans that is taking place in our parliament. This is one of the reasons why foreign direct investment has been down since 2016, because our Prime Minister's statutory filing cannot be certified. You have a member of parliament and a minister of government holding shares in secret, which is illegal, and sitting in the parliament. He has admitted to this. It is not an investigation. He told us. And I want Marlon Morgan to also tell me who Donovan Williams have in court, because he has not sued Alfred Dawes.
All right. Your 30 seconds starts now, Marlon.
Colin Bell is trying to deflect and has sought to drag a red herring across the trail because he knows that what is before us is indefensible. The fact of the matter is that Dennis Gordon had his attorneys write to two media houses threatening lawsuit in circumstances where he, Dennis Gordon, knew fully well that his company, Jack Den Limited, was the beneficiary and one of the reference private entities in the Auditor General's report that indicated that entities benefited from the inappropriate and unlawful use of the UHWI's tax-exempt status. And Mark Golding has to act if he intends any at all to be taken seriously, because these words that he used back in 2025 March are instructive. Yeah. We have to ensure that Parliament doesn't have people in it who mix up in things unworthy of the office of representing the people. Right. Those are Mark Jefferson Golding's words.
Thank you, Marlon. Thank you, Colin. Great.
Thank you, Richie. We have a call on the line. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, blessings. And to my fellows in the fellowship, let us give thanks to the Almighty for Colin Bell. Mr. Bell, you say you gone straight through, you hit through the mountain. Yeah, Marlon is demolished.
And you're my claim. Every time I meet a PNP, defeat them.
No, you know what? Let us put everything in front of everybody. You see the principle stance where you take.
Yes.
I see the comparison of the actions of those in Parliament that affect the Jamaican people, citizens, comparing to Mr. Dennis Gordon, who is a company, separate a corporation, which is a separate entity, that is an entity on its own, that had a contract, a legal contract with the university that does for what? Benefit the Jamaican poor people, which is what? Dialysis machine. Let's talk about principle. We not deflect. I was proud of you when you said, let the chip fall where it may, and it will fall.
And we're not there
You
defending Dennis
stand,
Garden. We're not defending him enough.
no. And he is pushing for Dennis Garden. He is the deflector. He's the one deflecting him. And you can see that the person, the moderator, is right on point. He stays within and he makes sure both sides is put out there and everybody can see it.
Yes, man.
Now, we now are standing on the same principle. When this investigation is done, which we didn't know for true, till Mr. Brown,
dig it out.
Christopher Brown,
dig it out.
Push for those 4 or 3 other names, appear Jack then. And what Marlon doesn't seem...
Caller, that day was the first time officially, because we don't know where GLPFM get them information from and who give it. And Chris Brown also asked the CEO, the acting CEO, if they release that name. So no, them never release it. But guess what? The labor rights are giving labor rights in parliament. And I'm saying it this morning. Labor rights in the parliament are giving information to GLPFM. And you know what are the thing? An investigation should and PNP need to stand up, man. Come on, man. When you remember when the Auditor General report on the Prime Minister came, how nationwide could be reading from the report? Where is that investigation in who leaked the Integrity Commission report? We need to start calling for that investigation. Who leaked these reports? Reports are being leaked. And I tell you, say a labor right to leak them. I know PNP are leak it.
We open a can of worms, and the worms them I run out because we are stand firm. Because we not name no worm.
Not at all.
So when the can of I'm proud of you, Colin.
Thank you.
You beat up Marlon because long time you want to catch him in the ring, you know, man.
Me say when they call me the night time, I say, who am I going to be on? And them say Marlon. Me say, well, come to the front. Yes.
There you go. So
and
this
I
is what I'm saying.
I sent a message to him a while ago, you know. I sent a message to him a while ago. I say, come make we finish the conversation. And I don't want him go on like in your seat. So me I go ring in number. Because I don't want him behave like in your seat.
Yes.
Me a ringing number.
Because he has gone back to sit down, listen to this interview, recalibrate and all that. And he knows he gotten whopped. He get beat up. He get knocked out.
Don't run.
Continue. Yes, continue. And you are right. Mark Golding is not going to get into the passa and the messy. Wait until you get the credible, the pertinent, and all that before we gonna put any of our members under the guillotine they want us to do.
Also, remember now that information is out there that another member of parliament is a director of Jackman. I asked him that in the beginning, you know. Hold on,
he never answer you.
Because me ask that question up front.
Yes,
in the interview.
Yes, Colin.
Gordon to resign following allegations tied to the use of the UHWI's tax-exempt status. Jack Den Limited, linked to Gordon, is now under investigation by the Integrity Commission and MOCA. This morning, it's about accountability and political fallout and what this really means for both parties. We're being joined this time by Colin Bell, who is an active member of the People's National Party and a frequent guest on this program. And we're also joined by another frequent guest. He's Senator Marlon Morgan, who is currently Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education. Good morning, Marlon. Good morning, Colin. Welcome to the program.
Morning, Richie B. Let me say good morning to Colin and indeed to your listeners. Morning, Richie. Morning, listeners. Marlon, you've been hiding from the morning.
All right. Marlon will disregard that for the time being, it seems, Colin. But let me start with you, Colin Bell. How damaging is this matter to the PNP's credibility on accountability? How do you see it?
Richie, let me tell you, you see, the truth must be revealed. And if there is some wrongdoing, because I'm hearing a lot of stuff as it relates to this whole Jack Ben and the whole issue of the using of the University of the West Indies duty concession. I want to first, though, ask the senator if there is a GLP member of parliament who is also a director of Jack Ben, and if so, why they are also not calling for his resignation.
So you're throwing a question to Marlon. Marlon.
Yeah, the information I have, Richie, is that there's another member of parliament, a GLP member of parliament, who is also a director of Jack Ben. And if that is true, because I don't know, if that is true, why are we not also calling for the resignation of that member of parliament?
Would you be interested in answering that, Marlon?
Absolutely, Richie.
Yes.
Now, just to be very clear, you will realize how my good friend Colin Bell waffled and struggled just now. It is the first time I've heard Colin Bell speak at any point in time where he would not have been coherent or indeed fluent in relation to proffering an observation. Just to be very clear, the Companies Office of Jamaica, based on the information that is available in the public domain, lists one Dennis Gordon as the director in relation to Jack Den, right? There are 3 other companies that were identified at Parliament's PAC.
So, that's as much as he said about another director.
Colin, it is true then. If there was no other GLP director, there's nothing under the sun, in the heavens or in the deep, would stop Marlon Morgan from saying absolutely not.
Exactly. So, but
brilliant, Colin.
we know who they are.
You have it in you,
We know
you have it in you, Oh my goodness, Colin, that is all I called this morning to give you. Congratulations. Keep the fire, the spices. How much more spices you need? We need to make sure Colin get more spices to keep him ready, willing and capable to do the job. Have a good one.
Thank you, caller. Blessings. 1-876-804-7072. Yes, man. And we would love for him to come here this morning and make we finish that discussion. Morning, welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin, good morning.
Morning.
Long time listener, first time call.
Don't hang up, hold the line. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, sir, Colin.
Hey, what go on, brother?
Hello?
Yes, man, may I hear you?
Hello?
Yes, I am hearing your caller. I don't know why the caller not hearing me, but I was hearing him loud and clear. Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this Jack Den argument and Huey.
Hold on, please. Hold on, because when they're calling straight. All right, continue.
Yeah, I've been hearing about this Jack Den and Huey saga. No, you have 3 other companies that in the saga. You have one company buy equipment and then sell it back to Huey for a higher price. Now, to my knowledge, Jack Den helping out Huey with dialysis, right? So why the labor rights them spilling this thing as if like Jack Den not helping out poor people? I'm not here to defend Jack Den, I don't know anybody in Jack Den. Based on the interview I hear with one of the owner for Jack Den and reason with Ratigan, right?
Yeah.
The price that Jack then charge, the Jack then charge, it's way lower than the price that you will charge.
How about you say?
Yeah. So to my knowledge, the government owe Jack then. Jack then don't owe anybody.
I don't know if you're aware though that Dennis Gordon is saying that he paid back the money so far.
Well, I hear the guy on Reason with Ratigan said that they're gonna pay it back the money. I don't know if they pay it back. But
Yeah.
but to my knowledge, the government owe Jack then.
You think so?
And why? Yes.
Let me tell you this though. Wrong is wrong. And me nah put up with no wrong. If the duty concession was used incorrectly, it is wrong. Yeah?
Yeah, well, we both agree on that. How they go about it to get the duty concession?
Yeah, man. To
my knowledge,
if,
it's wrong.
We don't know if there's anything right about it because OB posited some information here the other day saying that based on the article of association, the University of the West Indies can facilitate companies that offer medical assistance to use the duty concession. Now, we don't know if that is true. OB is still investigating that, and we don't hear that come out yet. But wrong is wrong, and I am not defending any kind of corruption because I am of the opinion, and this is not my opinion, that somebody is selling the duty concession that you will have. This is my opinion that somebody may say to Jack then say, use this, give me a 3 million, because you're going to save 10 million, or give me 5 million, and you save 5. Somebody is benefiting. These buyback, somebody is benefiting.
At the same time, Jamaica people benefiting on it on Jack then right now. Because if Jack then not there, remember people have to wait too much here to go on dialysis. You know? People have to wait and people to dead to go on dialysis. You know?
Yeah.
And if it's true, what I'm hearing, Jack then is doing a great service to the Jamaican people.
Hold on a little bit. Hold on. Mega Master Jam. Master Jam, have you seen all the directors? Because Master Jam is saying to us that such man is not a partner of Jack then. Please check the company records of Jamaica Title Office website right now. So if you check it, send us a list of all the directors of Jack then that you see there. You can send it by WhatsApp to 1-876-804-7072. Since you check it, Mega Jam. Because I don't want you to tell me say check and you not checking it. So if you check it and you see all the directors, if you see all that the directors, send that to us. Why you think the former CEO run away, talk about study leave? And this is no megawatt volt. Yes, because somebody and am serious food. And we need to know. And I will tell you that somebody was put there by the Jamaica Labour Party. The board of critical oversight of the hospital operation. And if the board sat there while all these things that take place, no sound where. Everybody else are here, man. I don't know what happened to you. Yvonne Green and Devon, I'm not here, but everybody else are here. Yeah. So, let me tell you now. Make certain you check the thing. Caller, go ahead. Back to the caller.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying now, what I realize with these labor rights, right? Anything to benefit the Jamaican people. These labor rights try to tear it down. Labor rights don't like poor people.
Hold a sec for me. Don't move.
Anything to benefit.
Turn off the instrument in the background,
These labor
Georgetown.
rights.
Georgetown.
Hello?
Yes, Georgetown. Go right ahead. We're hearing you. Georgetown, we're hearing you.
Hello?
Yes, we're hearing you loud and clear. If you're listening to something in the background that went through, you have to listen to the phone, bro. Yes, caller, wrap up.
Yeah, my final word now. Labor right don't like poor people. Anything in place to help out poor people, labor right try to fight it. That's what I realized over the years.
All right, my brother. No respect and thanks.
All right, respect.
Blessings. 1-876-804-7072. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
One question I want to ask you. These rest of the three companies that is also involved, have anyone done any investigative journalists to find out who are these persons connected to?
Well,
because there's a lot of names that's banded about. People might know the people owners. Huh?
I know that there are people working on it. I didn't get a chance to do any work because I've been traveling for the last couple of days.
Look, I might be the principal owner of this company who is not affiliated to, say, a party or whatever thing. But my family member might be affiliated because of that nepotism. You understand where I'm going?
Yeah, man.
Because let me tell you something. There is no way 3 other companies can get those benefits without they knowing someone.
Yeah, man.
Somebody
knows somebody. Somebody eat food, brother. Somebody eat major food. Remember me.
You don't give.
Hello?
You don't give persons just a willy-nilly. You don't take up a Colin Bell or you don't take up a John Doe and say, they beg you to do something and then this is going to happen because you don't trust the person. So it must be someone who's connected
big time
to those persons in places that make these things can go through. And these are the things because I can be the front man and I'm legit, but behind me are the persons who's really collecting the real money. So people need to investigate instead of look at the surface with Dennis Garden. Look here, when I hear Marlon Morgan in that interview, to be honest, I mute my thing because I just don't want to hear them voice. Because I know he's going to come with some gibberish.
Yeah, man, but we have to know.
Because you see, ask him.
Let me tell you something. You can't know what your opponent can't depend on the field and you know what your opponent. You have to know what kind of ball game your opponent play. And you have to understand that these people lie at will.
These sophisticated come with. It doesn't make sense with well-thinking Jamaicans and well-thinking people. Because this is the reason why corruptions look like it's the norm. Because they see it and say, okay, it's another day in the park. They see it as another day in the park and they find excuses why this is happening and try to deflect and hold other persons accountable. As what you always tell them, say, no, it's not supposed to be talked, it's supposed to be seen and done. And this is a problem that I have with a lot of Jamaican people who are suffering right now, especially a lot of labor rights and a lot of PMP also, right? And where the country is going right now because them not really see, and them don't care about the people them know. And it's like they are bamboozled. It's like, say, okay, as the saying say, with no vision, the people will perish. And right now, the people are perish.
All right, my brother.
So there are more than one person connected to these 3 companies who's affiliated to someone.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right, cool. 1-876-804-7072. Morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good morning, Colin.
Morning, how you doing?
And welcome. Morning to all your listeners. Quickly, listening to Marlon is painful, but nonetheless, I agree. We do have to listen to see what's coming out of his mouth.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of people listen to what was coming out of Pam Bondi's mouth, innit? And look what happened to her.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. One of the things that I wanted to say about this Jack Den thing, yeah, we know it's 4 companies, yeah. Now some people are trying to put the word out there to say what the procurement was about, what Jack Den was actually buying the goods. This is not about the goods, yeah, because this is about what the actions that were taken, yeah. The actions that were taken. We understand dialysis machines are required.
Yes.
And the dialysis machines may be required by people that are non-partisan, JLP or PMP. This is not what it's about. Yeah. This is about what took place. Yeah. And people are losing focus. Yeah. It's about what took place.
Hold on, caller. Let me just say to Real Talk 4146. If you have questions about Boston Beach, I, Colin Bell, operate Boston Beach. And if you have questions about Boston Beach, we operate an open phone line, 1-876-804-7072. Don't hide in the chat room. Call me and ask me the questions up front. Up front, we not hide. So don't hide in the chat room and go on like you're bright. Call 1-876-804-7072. You can call me straight or you can call me on WhatsApp and ask me the question and I will answer you. Hold on, caller. 1-876-804-7072. Morning.
Hello,
Welcome to the
good
Colin
morning.
Bell Show. Yes,
Hello, good morning.
Morning. Go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, man, I'm hearing you loud and clear. I don't know why the caller's not hearing me when they call straight. Sound like him not hearing me. I don't know why they're not hearing me when they call straight. Finish up, caller. Go ahead.
Right, okay. So I don't want people to lose focus. This is not about what was purchased. This is about clear breach of how a exemption was being used with suppliers.
Yes.
And also the suppliers, right? If your organization like University of Hospital, yeah, you're telling me that you don't know what kind of markup your suppliers have on the goods, yeah? Even if they're going to buy, you're going to buy off them. You don't know what the markup is. Really?
And you don't know how to check what is the market rate for things that you're buying, so you don't overpay for these things.
You should be able to see what the supplier purchased it for, and you should have an agreed markup with that supplier.
And then if you facilitate, if you facilitate the supplier by giving them duty concession, then should I get the thing at a cheaper rate?
Yes. But you see how they're dancing around when in the PAC meeting.
Yes.
Somebody in UE, allowed these suppliers to do it. They would have to apply it. Yeah. But they don't want to call no names. They don't want to call any names.
Well, then mean they have to come out. Because somebody have to go to prison,
And this is what needs to come out.
Somebody have to go to prison for this because somebody has been facilitating this and they have been deliberate about it.
Yeah.
Deliberate. Under the GLP administration with a board. You hear me? I listen out, to Richie B, I said, Richie, remember the board that's supposed to oversee the operation of the hospital. 8 members was put in place by the Minister of Health, Dr. Christopher Tufton. The chairman of the board was named by Dr. Christopher Tufton. And if you listen, most of the workers, them are 10 years, then did they under the GLP. Most of them are labor rights circumventing the system.
Yeah. So if Jack then and the other 3, so it's Jack then, the other three, so 4 suppliers, right? They had the deal sorted out, so they knew when the goods arrived that somebody issued them with that exemption. Who was it?
Well, Carla, when I ease up off of this one, push off a come to shove.
Right then.
Somebody have to take the blame.
All right then.
Yeah, man. No getting away. Wagwan Junior.
Good morning, Colin. How are you doing?
My day, my brother. Bless up, man.
Good morning, Colin. How are you doing? 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 I listen to all this fuss and noise about Jack Den.
Yeah.
Jack Den was given a concession to provide cheaper dialysis services to the people of Jamaica.
Yes.
And he's guilty of charge.
Yes. Guilty of using the charge. But you know something? And I am going to reach out to Dennis Garden. Because and maybe it's not the right time, because if Mocha and the Integrity Commission, they are investigating, maybe he doesn't want to talk. But the argument is that Jack then had paid back the $10 million. So maybe they are ready to talk. We're going to find out. Junior, your background noisy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man. I think it seems to about the situation.
Junior, you're breaking up. We're not hearing you clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Look at the situation. Once
Junior, hang up and call me back. Hang up and call back, Junior. Hang up and call back. You're not clear. Yeah. 1-876-804-7072. Morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Colin, morning to you and your listeners and in the chat room.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Okay, well, look how long that thing is out. I know 2 months ago, or 3. The Auditor General said company 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Then how come I just one name people know?
Because labor rights who are in high position, possibly in the parliament, leak Jack then name to them labor rights station so as to bring down quote unquote a PNP. That's what that was about. You understand?
Because hear what happened. With respect to that, if you know one name out of 4, and then Auditor General never name one, so why you can't find the next 3? Who run them? Come here, say man out of Spanish Town by MP, he may have one.
Well, we don't want the ear say. I have people doing the work, so hopefully by tomorrow morning I'll be able to tell you.
All right, let me take back that and go to the original thing.
Yeah.
The man, them are diplocate.
Diplocate?
Them are diplocate.
Diplocate?
Diplocate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because here what happened. They want to bring down the PNP, the divert from them side. Come here, you ask Marlon a question. I don't know what school them man are going. But I couldn't teach them man there. Because him gone right back to the Prime Minister again. And Prime Minister private citizen. And if you go to court, and him not answer the next part, no. But you ask him if a member of parliament from the JLP side is a director.
Him not going to answer that, brother.
Him evade that.
Yeah.
So the man them corrupt and then dishonest. You understand? Because first of all, I'm not defending. I'm not saying to you, on the record, I'm not defending Dennis God.
No.
I don't know the intricacies. Because I don't say a report.
And if him decide to pay about the money, then that means him accept that they have done something wrong.
Hear me also that him get the equipment them and have a contract where him pay like them, you will charge 10 grand them. You got something for he might charge 6 or whatever. Forget about that. I'm talking about
the CEO said he knows of the acting CEO said he knows of no discount given to patient from UAR given to whatever. He don't know about no discount by
Jack. We need
then.
to get to that. Finally, no, I'm saying this. You get duty concession. Yet you get the thing for 1.5 million. Are you get it, But yet you are selling back to you for 6.5 million.
Then a them thing they know, brother. A them thing they know.
Come on, man.
A them thing they.
Man, to go to prison, man.
And them now focus on them there. All right, party.
That's a problem. You can't get something for 1.5 million. And yet constant. But yet, me who give you,
Yeah, triple.
You are selling me back now, you don't say 2 million or 3 million.
And somebody accepting those rates.
We need to get to the root of the matter. You have connection, family members in the parliament, and other people where I own the company.
All right, brother. Respect.
At 64%, 7 out of 10 really. of every contract being awarded via the direct contracting is, as you're saying, is a red flag. And particularly within the context of some of the reports that we have heard. I mean, one of the profound statements, you know, and I wrote it down, that I heard was that the issue of missing documents, as said by the chief internal auditor, is institutionalized and systemic. You know, it's very profound. And I think we're all agreeing that, and the new CEO and his team, there's a lot to be done, but there's a broader, overarching set of questions that need to be answered. I want to go further into the same matter, Mr. Chair, where the finding of the AG as well indicated that $431 million of that 521, or 83% of that total sum, were awarded to 8 companies. In the context of, you know, direct contracting, in the context of missing documents, in the context of getting value for money, I don't know if this question is directed at the Director of Procurement, or should I direct it to the CEO? Can you possibly give me a breakdown of the those 8? Because those are, you know, big companies. No.
Though, Mr. Barrett, did you say the training?
Hey, Colin, good morning. How you doing? Not too much. What, Colin, this is so upsetting, you know. It seems like we are Groundhog Day. We always wake up and back in the same situation over and over. Because, Colin, weren't we in the same position with Darrell Vaz and the bus, or him circumvent the whole process to buy these old buses? I know we can't, half of that money missing, and the bus, them not come, and now we aren't to buy new buses because the process is not followed. There's a pattern in the JLP party. They are there to enrich themselves.
Yeah, man, that's what
the
they
government.
do. That's what they do.
Okay, so all of these ministries have entities within them that is there to service their friends and their friends' business. It's not anything sophisticated.
It's
just
hold on,
graft.
hold on, Chris. It's the same thing that Christopherton did with Market Me. When they
Exactly.
splinter up the contract so as to do direct contracting.
They have a pattern of doing this. So it's not even like we have to invent anything. We don't have to tell no lie on them. They are caught, and every time they get catch, they come up with a story. Darrell Vaz is the master of this. He has been caught so many times doing these things, and him come with these stupid argument about people grudge him and this and that and whatever. And they just keep robbing and stealing, and nobody goes to jail, and there's no accountability. The Jamaican people need to rise up against these people. They're a parasite on the backs of the Jamaican people.
This is the fault.
They really.
All of them something are the fault of the people who vote GLP.
I agree. And the people that didn't go to vote.
And the people that didn't go to vote.
Also.
Yes, man.
Yes.
So the 414,000 who vote GLP, and the almost $1 million who sat at home and didn't go to vote, they are all responsible for these.
It's just a shame, Colin, that we're back in the same thing, talking about the same argument over and over. It's crazy.
Chris,
we sound like a crazy country.
Chris, I messaged you the other day and said I wanted to talk to you about Port Antonio. And now that I have you on the line, I am going to ask you to say what you see, what you have seen in my beautiful town of Port Antonio. Talk to us.
Well, Colin, you know, I'm doing a project down there, and I was driving through the town, and I haven't been to Port Antonio in a while. Colin, I was really shocked at the state of the town, to be honest with you. The place is it's in shambles. That's all I can say to you. It's a beautiful town, Colin, but it's dirty. There's just seem to be no kind of structure to the town. Everything is just all over the place, you know, and as a person that love Jamaica, I want to see the place, you know, come up. to a middle income society. We're so far down the chain, Colin. It's embarrassing to know that you have two sitting MP for Portland for decades. And the major town in Portland look like how it look. Is a shame on Darrell Vaz because he's an MP in that parish. And him and his wife was there for a while. And to see the state of the town is a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace, Colin.
And we have a mayor who is here for about 10 years or more now.
Hamilton. Yes, go ahead, Member Hamilton.
Yeah, and Colin, at the end of the day, I will talk about this. The people, what do they want? Are they comfortable living in that kind of condition? Because it comes back to the people, We have to demand better from the people we elect to govern.
Yes.
We have a responsibility. Our responsibility is to hold them accountable. Are we so comfortable in garbage everywhere? The place look this shovel and we're just going about with business. I don't understand it.
It's embarrassing, Chris.
The bar is set so low, Colin.
And I want to say to you that I am very embarrassed that I was somebody who instigate you coming here talking about how beautiful Portland is and people should come to Portland to invest, and now that you are here, you are disappointed in what you see in Port Antonio proper. And I have been speaking about it. You would have heard me spoken about the fact that the town is dirty, it stink, the town lacks management. I think the whole council needs a reshaping. And when I say the whole council, I mean the directors, meaning the elected people who are in the council. They are not worth the salary they are getting. It is a damn shame. And
Colin,
I am not excusing anybody. There are two PNP councillors in there. I'm not excusing them either because they have been part of the leadership from Wapikil Phillip. And all I see in the town of Port Antonio is degradation. The town is going further in mile. Come on! The town is nasty.
Colin,
nasty.
I was asking a friend of mine, a lady that was helping me down in Portland about the state of the market. And she said there was a fire there. And I said, how long ago? And she said, 2 years ago. I said, that's 6 months too long.
Yeah.
That structure is not a superstructure that you can repair in less than 6 months. I'm sorry.
Crazy,
any kind of decent society, that's an easy fix. Why after 2 years, the people them sit down in the market and accept that from the government, the people that they pay to govern them and run them affairs? That is not acceptable.
The people them set the bar too low. The people accept mediocrity. Continue to accept mediocrity and love mediocrity. Rubbish.
Boy, Colin, we need you.
Yeah.
I will talk to you later, Colin.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
What is? And with all these reservations, Emily Shield told her audience on Thursday morning that the PAC members shouldn't repeat what everybody knows. Morning, Raleigh. Raleigh, good morning. I know we have Raleigh on the line. Where him gone? Look like him drop off. Look like him drop off. Raleigh just joined us a while ago. And for some reason we lost him. Hope he will join us back in a bit. Yeah, man, the town of Port Antonio is a disgrace. And a disgrace to every person who have any authority in the town of Port Antonio. 9 councillors. You all should resign for the state of the town of Port Antonio. Imagine when you can't meet and work out a strategy to clean up the town and fix the town. Come on. Come on. You're all elected by the people. Give guidance to the civil servants. Come up with a strategy to clean up the town of Port Antonio, to make the town look welcoming. Or we can talk about tourism. we want tourists to come to Portland when we can't keep the town clean? No, man. I'm going to tell you something, Me not care who want eat me, because Holy Power no eat me. Because I talk the truth. The town of Port Antonio needs help. And the people elect 9 councillors who are supposed to direct the operations of the town. And you all not doing anything. You know, just did they collect the money a month time. And we not see you no work. Clean up the town of Port Antonio. Let's see your work. Raleigh, good morning.
Morning.
How you doing, my brother?
Morning. I'm good.
Blessings, man. Happy to have you this morning. First, we
Yeah,
want,
man.
you know,
Glad to be here.
as always, we want you to give us a rundown of what took place this week in the Jamaican economy. Hold on, caller. Go ahead, Raleigh.
Well, a whole lot of reports this week. One report we got was that the unemployment rate was 3% in January of this year compared to 3.7%
We didn't
in
hear the first part. Go
January
again, Raleigh. We
of
didn't hear the
last
first
year.
part.
What starts the unemployment report today, right? So what starting is saying is that the unemployment rate, based on an abridged survey, is 3.6%, was 3.6% in January of this compared to 3.7% in January of last year. The amount of people working was 1.389 million. That was 38,100 less than January of the previous year.
Raleigh, the connection not so bossy. Connection not so bossy. The connection not so bossy. Make we try a different connection, Raleigh. And drop off as well. You know, the connection wasn't so bossy at all. Let's take the call in the meantime. Caller, go ahead.
Hello? Morning.
Morning, nephew.
Morning, my brother. I mean, I need Ralston to explain something here, because my own people in a discussion, more than one is accusing me of defending my opponent when I'm not. And the argument what I want to ask Ralston about is the same argument with this $10.1 million in which this company pay back. I want to find out from Ralston, when it come on to these tax break or what you want to call it, to import anything, can the company just draft up a document, or it have to come from the different ministry? Then it has to go to the Ministry of Finance for approval before the company can get that break. If you understand the point I'm making, Khalid.
Well, what happened, right? And my understanding is that places like the university or the hospital, they get their duty concession. So like, all right, so like a government worker who is a traveling officer who gets duty concession. The concession sign off on the ministry, and I think it lasts for about 3 years. You can use it one time in 3 years. So when they get it, them now if them not decide to use it this year, them now have to go back. If them are going to use it next year, valid. So my understanding is that the university, I don't know what their period is, but let's say they get the concession sign off for 5 years. So within that 5 years, whenever they use it, they wouldn't have to go back to the Ministry of Finance. There would be a signing officer in the University of the West Indies, which some people are alluding that it's a CEO. But I have chaired, well, not the board, the management committee at the Port Antonio Hospital. And if they are going to do anything major, it would come to the board. So I would want to suggest that if the UHWI is going to allow somebody to use that duty concession, the board should be made aware and should have to sign off on it. And then the final signature from that signing officer. But that signing officer shouldn't be able to use that before the board gives its consent.
That's the point I'm making, Colin.
So
because everybody is coming down on Mr. Garden company, but nobody is paying attention how it's reaching the hands of the company.
Exactly, because Dennis Garden can't sign off on it.
That's the point I'm making, Colin. And I'm reasoning without no politics, no political cap.
This no need no politics. This need patriotism. That's what this need, brother. Patriotism it needs.
And then my other point is, if the money pay back, what is sense arguing? What is the point arguing unless again to hunt down those who the country just to tear out is a fear, betray the country?
Hold on, the nephew. Raleigh is back. Raleigh?
Yeah, man. So, Statin said people were leaving the labor force. We know that this is because of the low salary and poor working conditions. Statin also told us that GDP, the total market value of all the final goods and services we produced during the last quarter, adjusted for inflation, fell by 7.1% because of the hurricane. 7 out of the 9 sectors fell. Mining was down by 38%, agriculture down by 18%, manufacturing down by 8.1%, construction down by 2.5%, tourism down by 31%, and those things. So, massive decline in GDP last year. Statin also told us that the 2023 survey that they did on poverty, at that time, the same 8.2% that they are telling us about now, that's from 2023. But Statin also says that during that period of time, 18% of the population was at the risk of becoming below the poverty line. So while 8.2% was below the poverty line in 2023, the same number that they're telling us about now, Statin said at that time, 18% of the population was at the risk of falling below the poverty line. Next thing that we saw, the BOJ wanted to map up 35 billion. The people pumped in 44 billion, but they wanted a higher interest rate. So those are some of the major things that took place. Richard Pandoy, the head of CEPRAD, which is a Caribbean-wide country, was telling the country also the same thing that we were telling, that prices are going to be increased and inflation is going to accelerate. So tough times ahead. So those were the major economic highlights. Locally, internationally, every country was trying to do something to cushion the impact of higher fuel prices on their population. Some country in Asia cut the work week. Some people reduced the fuel tax. Australia did the same thing. UK did the same thing. Everybody was scrambling to see how them can contain the inflationary and growth fallout. IMF, World Bank, OECD, all of those agencies says that it is going to have a negative effect on the international economy, and they have scaled back the growth forecast because they say it's a big supply shock to the economy. And the war intensified yesterday when the Iranians shot down 2 US fighter jets, and things are escalating. So rough times ahead. Jamaican government has not.
Raleigh, the Jamaican government has what? We're not hearing you again, Raleigh. You said the Jamaican government has
not responded. Not responded to the crisis.
Let me, before I go back to Nevio, let me play what Donald Trump tell world leaders the other night.
The countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much.
Oh, yes.
And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it. Protect it. Use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy.
Rally. Where Rally the man? Rally. No man, Rally drop off again. We have to go to something else. Neville.
Yes, Colin, because I noticed a lot of the activists them from both sides of the fence jump out of the black and just, and they don't understand a clue how this thing go, or if they understand them hide it and using it using a level of biasness.
Then that's why I tell us the party we are supporting one wicked party. Them not believe in a truth. It's about lying and spinning.
Colin,
but we soon start. Remember, I tell us we start showing him the spin. We soon started.
Colin,
yes?
Don't go down that road. Both political party has its supporters because of personal interest and what me can gain. I will go out to lie on the other side. Both political party have them.
And we not support the line. Cannot support the line, brother.
PNP lie, GLP lie. PNP lie. Some lies when me see telling a few.
No man, PNP lie on Monday and Tuesday. Hold on, me go see if we can hook up this. PNP lie on Monday and Tuesday. GLP lie Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then lie 2 times per Sunday. Hold on. Neville, little more.
Hello.
May I try get back.
All right.
May I try and get back Rally on a different connection because I keep falling off that connection. But you see, we need to be honest. Hold on, let me try to hook you up. And we need to be patriotic. We cannot continue to just talk things because it suits our side. The truth is where we need to talk. The truth. And stop the line. Me can't deal with it. Me can't deal with it. I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's what I want to hear. Time come for the truth, man. Just the truth. Rally, you hearing me?
Yeah, man.
Loud and clear? Rally?
Hello?
Yeah, you hear me now?
Hello?
Hold on. You hear me now?
Yeah, man, I hear you now.
All right. Let's see if we can use this system. Although I hear by myself. But yeah, so you mentioned the whole thing about the statin report, and you were touching on the world report now. Go ahead.
No, repeat that. You sound low.
Yeah, you were touching on the global part of the thing now.
Yeah, man. So we're saying that all international agencies that know anything about economics, IMF, World Bank, OECD, projecting steep economic fallout, higher levels of inflation, higher interest rates, and slower growth. And most of the countries across the world have been taking steps to ease the burden on their people and the economy. The government of Jamaica has not responded yet. It's similar to 2008.
So they're sitting back and waiting on what?
I don't know. The Prime Minister should address that. What is it that he's waiting on if he's not seeing what is happening in the rest of the world? What if he hasn't been hearing what the IMF and the World Bank and the OECD have been saying?
Okay.
And the Ministry of Finance. What is it that they read? What is it that they listen
to? And Trump said if the rest of the world wants straight off almost open, they must look themselves.
Yeah, and that was a very stupid comment because U.S. oil is now costing more than the rest of the world oil, Brent. On Friday, U.S. oil was almost $114 per barrel, while Brent was at $111 per barrel.
So,
as usual, it's not utter nonsense.
So where the oil close on Friday?
I'm saying that U.S. oil, West Texas Intermediate cushion closed at about $114 on Friday, while Brent, British oil, European oil closed at $111 per barrel.
My God. Raleigh, I'm going to try to work out some other way to get because if I mute this phone, that's causing the echo.
So every country taking steps to cushion the blow on their people. We have heard nothing in Jamaica.
Absolutely nothing. Raleigh, you hearing me? So I'm having a problem with Raleigh hearing me if I...
Raleigh?
Yeah,
man.
Raleigh, can you call me on the... All right, let me send you a message. Because this is not working out. I'm sending you a message. This is not working out. We're getting an echo, yeah, and I hear it to callers and listeners. I hear it. I am hearing the echo. I'm trying to find the clip where Chris Brown dig out the names. Is it this one? This one? This one? Let's try this one, see if it's this clip.
Say though, Mr. Barrett, did you say the training?
So the department made a decision.
So when everything come on mainstream
until 2023, but
no, that's not the clip. I'm trying to find the clip with Chris Brown digging out the thing. This is the clip. Is it this? No. So it should be this. Let's go to this clip.
Hamilton. Yes, go ahead, Member Hamilton.
that states that contracts were approved by the CEO without documented evidence of evaluation or procurement committee review. So and I wanted to find out if your department...
They need to follow closely, and I'm going to ensure that they follow. We're looking at audit findings here.
Well, let me play this clip, because I like
this
one.
Just let me highlight a few, and this is for the interests of those watching. Procurement documentation not provided for 51 of 11 contracts, of 111 contracts. Contracts approved by CEO without documented evidence of evaluation or procurement committee review. Procurement processes conducted after delivery of goods and services. Retrospective bidding used to support completed works. Contract splitting used to fall below procurement threshold. Direct contracting used for approximately 64% of procurement activities. So this strikes me, Chairman, as a cocktail of inefficiency, and which, of course, I'm of the view, created the facility for all of these breaches. Now, let us look at management's response, which I am of the view...
Just procedurally, before you came in, what I intended to do was go through them one by one.
Hold on, Chair. Yeah. Allow me. I'm getting there. I'm of the view that the management's response in this instance is somewhat in parts incongruous. 28 missing files located, efforts ongoing to locate missing files, instructions issued to discontinue identified practices, and so on. What were the consequent actions pertinent to these breaches identified in the audit findings, and who is complicit and or culpable, and what is the head of procurement saying in these matters? Thank you.
Well, I'll invite the acting CEO to comment, and as he said, he's new to the position, but he can.
That's fine.
But the team is here that can support him.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Member. I did state in my opening remarks, I'm not sure if you were here, that there is a committee formed by the board, the Catherine Phipps Committee, that is investigating the matters related to the Auditor General's report and to identify staff members who may be liable or culpable in the instances and then make recommendation as to the actions that should be taken. There is also the police and the customs who are involved, along with the Integrity Commission, who are doing their investigation to identify where there may be anything related to any illegal practice and to make take the necessary action. So we are awaiting those response. As I explained, Mr. Chair, we have received one report only from customs to date, and they have said they will be coming to us with the others. And we received that just on Friday of last week, sorry. So there are things being put in place, and we have changed a lot of the procedures. We have done some training for the staff, a serious amount of training during that time, and we have issued letters to persons to cease and desist from certain activities.
All right, members, we have spent about
such an irregular.
Yeah, man.
Yes, Karim, I have two things to discuss. The Donald Trump, I know, the Donald Trump saga and the culture in the JLP. The culture thing where they have a nursery where they produce a den of thieves, you know. And because they are producing so many thieves now, it's very important that the Jamaican citizen know how to make an arrest, a citizen arrest. It's very important because the Jamaican citizen have got angle themselves. They have got to do a citizen arrest, so they need to know the legal grounds on which to do so. No, the citizen have taken anyone, and they need to know the legal ground.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No, sir. A majority of the Jamaican people don't know anything about that. The citizen arrest that the Jamaican people, the citizen arrest that is available to the Jamaican people that is making sense or makes sense is when they go to the polls.
When they go to the polls. But,
yeah,
but we know that you can make citizens arrest. I'm going to get Bert Samuels or Isaac Buchanan to come and explain it to us.
Yeah, but what I said to you, that is a legal theory. Which man in a Jamaica are going to arrest anybody who in the government?
Can't.
Got them to the narrow, man. So it doesn't make no sense to waste time. When you got the polls at that time to do it.
That time if you arrest them, lock them up and fling with the key.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
All right. Carla, you said you had another point.
Yeah. I was saying that the citizen need to know the legal grounds to do it because it got to be, people need to be informed.
All right, we're going to check it out. But as Raleigh said, you think you can go lock up?
Practical.
Hold on, you think you can go lock up Darrell Vaz? Or me and you can go lock up Darrell Vaz? You think we can do that?
Well, the point is, listen me, Colin, if I know the legal grounds, I can do it. I will do it, mate.
All right.
Simple.
All right, we're going to find out for you. We're going to find out for you and give you the information so you can go do it.
Yeah, man.
Next point.
We need the legal ground. Back to Donald Trump now. Donald Trump and never have their heads stuck up their ass. That's the reason why they speak in the crops.
Who is never?
You know what I mean?
Who is never?
The one that come on your program from same area. He have his ex.
Oh, you mean Neville? You mean Neville? Because
yeah, Neville.
Be careful, because we have a Neville, you know, who talk a whole heap of sense. So don't mix up Neville with Neville.
Yeah, the one that come on from same area. He have his head stuck up his ass, and he always speaks him in the crap when he come on your program.
No, man. You know, you listened to him this morning?
Well, he started put out his head slowly, but he's still there. He's still up his ass.
No, this morning he was very measured and honest and sensible.
Slowly.
Then
slowly. He's still up his ass.
That is the work that we are doing to get people head out of them, out of them rear.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
to get the ostriches to take them head out of the sun. And if you realize
Definitely.
that it is working.
Yeah, it's slowly it's coming out, but it's up there.
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Blessings, my brother. Raleigh. So hear me now. With what we are seeing, and this war is not going to stop anytime soon, because Trump came out the other night and he said that Iran can do no surface to air missile and them plane have free dominion over the Iranian airspace. Boom, boom. 2 warplane drop out of the sky. What is this now saying to the world, and how much longer we're going to have to bear this?
Well, it is indefinite. What will happen now is that you are going to see an escalation, because both Iranian forces and US forces are now looking for the pilot. The Iranians have said that they'll give anybody a reward who can tell them if to find him, because they want to hold him and use him as a bargaining chip and propaganda purposes.
And at one stage, they wanted him dead, They said anybody find him to shoot him.
Yep.
And now they are saying that bring him come alive.
Yep. So what we're seeing is that the war have a step up now, more infrastructural damage and all of that. So, and the Strait of Hormuz remain closed, and the Houthis themselves are closed, Bab al-Mandeb. So, more problems in terms of economy, because the Iranians know that they can't win battle to battle, military to military. What they are doing is making the economic cost of the war to the world very expensive. And what them do with the US is that the man them who them send a fight against them, they let them man the truth. So US have very little support from the other people to use military force. Because the man must say, we let them man the truth. So them I kind of isolate the US and UK and Israel. So they are the ones who are going to feel it most. Yep. And as we said, the oil that we buy is US oil, West Texas Intermediate. So we're not escaping the high prices, because that is a higher price right now.
Let's go to a call. Caller, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show.
Good morning, Mr. Ben.
Morning.
Yeah. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Raleigh on the line as well.
Yeah, first time caller on your show.
Happy to have you.
Yeah, so I've been watching the show all along.
Yes, thanks.
Actually, every day, every time you're on, I listen to your show.
Blessings, I'm grateful. Yeah.
I heard you has been echoing some sentiment about the PMP, that we need the PMP to do more, like coming out and speaking more about the things that has been happening. Because sometimes when I listen, every time you go on a program, you hear Marlon Morgan. He's on actually heavy radio station. Yes. What happened to the PMP? Nobody have to invite you to even come on your program for even 5 minutes or 15 minutes.
But
to say something.
You know what it is, caller? The GLP organization give Marlon Morgan that job to do, Who is doing that job for the People's National Party? And a lot of people have been saying it even before the election, that the PNP needs somebody out there to deal with that
like
aspect.
a Marlon Morgan.
Yes.
Yeah, he's go on every program, and sometimes when you listen to him, he want to take over the program. He doesn't want to give you any time to speak. What happened to the PMP? He's just coming like this thing with the university hospital. And I mean, Margolin said the head of the stream is dirty. And the first place he should be looking at, how comes this PMP man get this waiver?
Yeah, that's
that
why
he could bring in this stuff.
Any well-thinking
instead
person
that he's calling for this man resignation. The first places we'll be looking from who giving these concessions to bring in this stuff. Yeah. So I mean, the PMP need, and I heard the last week ago spoke to Mark Golin about the same thing. They sit down in Parliament and the Prime Minister get up talking about corruption. I mean, the Parliament should be up with them. I mean, shut him down with all of these garbage. Every time he comes, it's about FinSac and all of those stuff. And, we need to do more, man. We need to do more. We don't have to wait until election, but we need to do more.
Yeah, man.
And I mean, we have
serious.
platform like you that they can come and they don't have to wait for my invitee to come on your program, even half an hour.
Yeah, man. And you know, I will always welcome them.
Yeah, exactly. You have the fireman, you have Andre Stevens, you have all of these people. You can come on the program for even half an hour and so forth. Come on, man. We need to do better. We don't have to go there to burn down the place or so forth, you know?
Yes.
But anyhow, nice talking to you, and I will call back next time.
Yeah, man. Call more often.
All right, yeah, man. Glad for the work you are doing. Continue, man.
Blessings. Yeah. Raleigh, tell us about the dollar. Where the dollar end this week?
159 basically, just a little over 159. So it's going in the right direction.
159, so it's going back to 160.
But that's what it was supposed to be. All of that time was just a waste of money because it was voodoo economics. Because you can't be running these massive deficits and then the currency appreciating at the same time. That's nonsense.
All right, we have a call. Go ahead, caller.
Greetings, Master Colin.
Blessings, my
love everyone. I have a quick question for you, slightly off topic, but probably can do some research. Does Jamaica still offer primary education free to the nation?
Primary,
can you find that out for me, please?
Yes, as far as I know, primary education is free.
I have a 6-year-old cousin who is supposed to be registering in grade 1 this year. The cost for registration is $20,000.
Well, is that a prep school or a government school?
No, public school, government school.
I don't think you have to pay it though. I don't think they can stop the child from going to school if it is not paid.
Somebody called me this
Raleigh, hold on, Raleigh.
morning and they said that.
Raleigh. Yeah, man.
Hello?
Yeah, man, you hear me? Yeah, man. This registration fee for primary school, is it compulsory?
No, but the school enough money and then collective rules to make money to maintain the school. So this is all those fees.
So they are not compulsory. If you don't pay it, they can't turn the child away. Raleigh? We're not here.
I'm going to hang up so I can hear Raleigh clearly because
I am not hearing him clearly either.
Thanks. All right, thanks.
Blessings. Not hearing Ralston clearly either.
Compulsory. Yeah, but you know, most. Not hearing me, Colin?
Go ahead now.
Yeah, I'm saying to you that it is not compulsory. But most of the time, the parents pay it because the teachers and the headmasters at the school explain it by saying they're not getting enough money from the government to maintain the school. So they're going to find creative ways.
Yes.
In order to maintain the school.
I know that's what they say. And that's why I was saying to the caller, I don't think if you don't pay it, that they can stop the child from going to school.
No, but nobody knows what to the next thing.
Yeah, people just pay.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, man.
Conrad O'Brien.
Hi, Colin. How are you doing?
Good
morning to your listeners and viewers. And let me hear your last caller there. That both of them. The one that mentioned about what the additional things that they think that persons within the PNP should do, and also the caller that asks about the school fee thing there for the primary school. It has been going on for some time now. However, you usually hear about a small amount of money and so on, and they also would put things in it that what the child would be getting, some stuff there, but certainly $20,000 sound a little high. Yeah. Now I've always heard of a much lesser figure, and it is akin to the same thing with the fee at the secondary school level. What happened? We heard from the government
You're not so big. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was the call is reconnecting. I don't know. The internet seems to be a little. Anyhow, so the truth, Colin, is that it's similar with the auxiliary fee at the secondary school level, where the government said, "Listen, you don't have to pay." But in truth and in fact, the monies that the school is being given, the subvention that the school is given, certainly found wanting. So they have to use creative means to basically use to finance the school. And parents who can afford, and even some who can't afford, but they really try, because the last thing that you want to do is for your child to face a certain level of embarrassment. So
in school,
once the school give out the voucher and say, listen, this is that and so on, you're going to try your endeavor best to pay. So that's what that is what is happening. That is what is happening. Rather than the government would say that, listen, there is an auxiliary fee, but to clothe themselves under this rubric that, listen, it's free education and so on and so forth. They say that, but at the back end, the parents really have to pay. So, you know, it's a part of the whole con man game that is taking place in the country. You know? Yeah, man. So and on the other hand, with the, you see, Colin, you and I have been saying this ad nauseum, and the caller really just reinforced that. Contrary to what operatives, and I'm talking about people within officialdom in the PNP, believe that, listen, they have to be booked somewhere as a guest and appearance. So you don't have to book nowhere. You take your phone up and call any program, you're going to be given pride of place. Once you're identified as the caretaker for the PNP in X constituency, you're treated in a particular way.
Who is this PNP spokesperson on information? Who is it that is supposed to be out there for the PNP front and center dealing with the issues?
Well, I think the PNP spokesperson, as I understand it, was Nikisha. I think it's Nikisha. Well, no, yes, I think it's Nikisha. At one point it was Donna. I think it's Nikki now, or they share a dual role. But also, Colin, I am in agreement totally.
Hold on there. Where's the rally?
She's clearly not doing a good job.
Any job at all?
No, she's not doing a good job.
Any job? When was the last time you heard her out there?
No, I must say,
she's not doing a good job, man.
No, I'm not accepting not doing a good job. Not accepting that.
You're not accepting that?
No. Because
you're accepting not doing a job at all.
That is it. Tala. No, that is it.
Oh, so not doing a job.
No. It can't be a good job, because if you're not doing a good job, some work is being done, you know. I can't remember the last time I heard Nikisha out there.
She's not working,
hold on. No, you're talking, Raleigh. No, you're talking.
What Raleigh said, I didn't hear Raleigh.
She's not working at all.
Yeah, man. She's not suitable for that post.
You see, the thing is, hold on. The thing is, like Dayton had to basically get somebody to shadow him based on the fact that his constituency was devastated by the hurricane. I think Nikisha is in the same position where her constituency was also devastated. And therefore, somebody should be out there dealing with these issues in the meantime.
Colin, and even that position with the person who is sitting in for data now, that found wanting. Here is a situation.
Who they put there find wanting, but the intention is good.
But it don't make sense for you to basically put a square peg in a round hole. Here is the situation now.
Tell her. It can't go in. Can that go in? Can that fit? Can a square peg fit in a round hole?
No. Absolutely not. Let us drill down on some things this morning. Here is it. Because at the end of the day, it don't make sense You're a political party if you can't form state, if you can't get state power. All your ideas. Look at the brilliant ideas that the PNP put forward in their manifesto to benefit Jamaica. Where are they today? Where are they today? They're languishing because the government at the day, even though Andrew said the best baby father for ideas, right? It's not being taken up. So when you look at the conversation that we are hearing, that there could be a by-election over in your neck of the woods, they're calling the western side. We have not, as the person who acting as the de facto general secretary. Hold on. What? Sorry.
Hold on. Raleigh, you hearing me?
Yeah, man, hearing you clearly.
Beautiful. That's better. Let's work with this. Continue,
Yes.
Obi.
Can I go on now?
Yeah, man, continue.
Good. So even that situation now, we are understanding that the JLP is flexing. They must underground. They're doing all sorts of things and so on. And to date, have the de facto general secretary reach out to the sitting candidate over there, our caretaker over there, and say, listen, we are working with you, and start to basically do anything. Start to look at the possibility of winning this seat. Because I tell you, if the PNP don't contest this election, if a by-election over there, and allow whoever, as they did with Southeast Clarendon, when Patricia and the PNP did not contest, and that was the worst thing that the PNP had done. If they did do this over there in Western Portland, it would be the worst thing, because what will happen, this person would come in, win this, get in as the JLP MP, continue for the next 3 years, the people go and give him back a chance and so on and things like that. So the PNP need to be doing what they must. Reach out to Doreen now and say, Doreen, you're our standard bearer, and start to do the work on the ground. Or if they're not using her, they talk what they might do.
I'm putting who they're using. Yeah, but find out for me, Obi. I'm going to hang up from you, but I want you to call me back. I'm giving you 10 minutes to find out if that contact from the acting general secretary has been made. Find that out for me and call me back.
No, you don't have to let me go if that is the answer you want. No, it has not been made.
Since when? Since when you know that?
It makes sense, since yesterday?
Yeah, since yesterday, up to yesterday, no contact has been made from the acting general secretary?
Absolutely.
Rubbish. All right, Conrad. I want to take a few more calls. Big up yourself.
You mean my argument is rubbish, or the fact that no contact has been made is rubbish?
The fact that no contact has been made. But I send you the link, Obi. So go up on the link and
all right,
free up the phone line.
No problem. Cool.
Right.
Bless you. Let's come up on.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. We have Ralston Hyman on the line. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man. We have Ralston on the line as well.
All right, blessing. Bless up yourself, Ralston. I have a question for asking Mr.
Yeah, man, blessing.
Go ahead.
All right. So you heard Donald Trump proposal or the court situation where he might try destroy so-called birthright citizenship.
Yeah. It's supposed to go court. When the court made up go and make a rule, because he went to court the other day to listen to the verbal argument, which everybody's saying is unprecedented, that the president showed up in court to listen to the verbal argument. When is the court supposed to make that decision?
Well, I'm not sure about the date. But there's a point in it that I want to bring out.
Yeah.
Right? Because I try to educate on this, but it's like, you know, really digging at the information to understand.
But because you're the problem why we find it hard for digging at the information, because you are politicizing the whole thing when Andrew Holness got to the wall and bowed to the wall. What you have to say about that?
No, I'm not politicize. You keep try tie me to Andrew.
No,
so
because you are saying that Mark Golden is Jews and you don't want no Jews around here. Andrew Holness, hold on.
I'm not Andrew.
Hold on.
Hold on, man. I'm not a JLP.
Hold on, man. Andrew Holness go to the wall and bow to the wall. What you have to say about that?
When I have to say about the wall, and him going to the wall, I don't support nobody with Israel. I not do political, I not do JLP or PNP, sir. I'm talking to you about a concept.
So you don't support, so you don't support nobody where a friend of Israel?
No.
So that means you don't support the Jamaica Labour Party either?
You keep a try time.
May I ask you a question?
No, I don't support. I do not support political parties in Jamaica. None at all.
Oh, boy. All right.
All right. So I'll make my point.
Yeah, make your point.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Right. So what me simple I said, the birthright citizenship act with them bring out, that was a law that was passed. Right.
Yes.
The past in most of the Western, there's 195 countries that exist in the world. And there's only 30 to 35 countries that basically accept birthright citizenship. And all of those countries, majority of them are in the Western Hemisphere. Right? This is where people were slaves. And if you hear the American Act, I think it's in 17 something or 18 somewhere thereabout. They changed it to make slaves become citizens of the USA. Right? So you had people that were the real people, America, the Native Americans that owned the land. They weren't seen as people, as citizens, because they had some political alignment, because they were separate. What I'm trying to say to you all along was, birthright citizenship that they exist today is a political term. It was changed, nationality was changed from being who your father is to become a political term. That is what I'm saying, the same thing on the history. So there, it was changed in a period of time from your kinsman, from who your father is, to if you're born in a spot and you have no allegiance to a certain state, then you can be a citizen. And that is evident out there. And that is why Donald Trump, even though he will feel, that is why he can literally say that, because he knows that him being a white person is not the same person as a dark-skinned person or a Chinese. The man that said people said it cannot be the same nationality. But according to the legal term of the law push, they are all seen as one. And it is Babylon story. Anybody believe in the Bible and say them accept birthright citizenship is following Babel, the Tower of Babel, where everybody say, oh, let's be one people. God never designed all people to be one people. That's why I'm separate and different and have different ways and spirit. Mark Golden can't have my spirit. Mark Golden cannot be me. Right? Because in born on one land, that make no sense. Look up the information.
All right, sir. Respect. Thank you. All right. Raleigh.
Colin, that was the 14th Amendment, which was passed in 1867. So anybody who born in America is an American. It's as simple as that.
Become an American. We're not talking about your blood lineage.
Rubbish. What about which part you're born? The 14th Amendment in 1867 says anybody who born or naturalized there is an American. Simple.
And Donald Trump tried to change that.
Yeah, man. Simple.
Caller, good morning. Welcome to the Colin Bell Show. Hello, good morning. Having a problem with this phone. When the calls come in straight, the callers are not hearing me. I don't know why that is happening on this line. So I'm suggesting call me on WhatsApp, because it works perfectly on WhatsApp. 1-876-804-7072. That's the number. Doesn't work when you call me straight. So we're taking the WhatsApp calls. The straight call is not coming through. Go ahead, call out. Morning. We have Ralston on the line. Caller? Hello, good morning.
Morning, welcome, sir.
Yes,
First time on your program.
Thank you for calling. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to change a thing here, because your subject going down the line, I don't like that line. The line that I want to go on is the West Portland situation.
The West Portland situation. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think you should be a candidate for West Portland, because I watched the campaign of the last election.
Yeah.
And you was one of the chairman for most of the meetings.
Well, not most. I chair a few of the meetings.
Yeah, and your performance outraged the sitting candidate.
My performance outweigh who?
Yeah.
My performance outweighs who you say?
The sitting candidate for the PMP.
Oh, okay. I hear you. I'm listening.
I don't think she's totally ready for that position. She might be academically, but in the terms of popularity, I don't think she's doing a good job.
Where are you
and
from?
You
Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Portland.
You're from Portland. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Where in Portland you're from? West or east?
West.
Okay, all
but
right.
I frequent east. I was from in east first, you know.
But you are in the
then
west
I moved
now.
to west.
Well,
yeah.
If you say you're up on the ground, me I go listen to your argument. So go ahead, continue.
Yeah, because the situation with she has a performance going out with, but to me, she's not connecting fully with the people. Okay. And she's not up to the scratch of knowing the political background of the history of the party and connection with people and, you know, dealing with the whole situation. I think she can't beat Vaz. I know that from the beginning. But if they put another candidate there, she's going to have an hard time with that person, whoever it is. Because, you know, Vaz is going to be behind that person. And he has his no way how to get around with certain things.
Mm. All right. Thank you. Go watch
and see. I think you should consider it.
Me?
Deeply and strongly.
Let me tell you where I stand. I am a party man, as you all see. I've demonstrated that I support my party and I work with the party. So if the party call me and say, Ray, I will answer the call. If the people them say, Ray, but until that time, I host the Colin Bell show on Portland Spice TV.
Yeah, and it's a very good show. It's taking good strides. But in order to get West Portland, we need somebody strong. I'm not dissing her in any way, you know, but I think you have a better chance.
Talk to the party.
And I think saying it now, I hope other people hear it and endorse it too. Because, you know, you have been a very good candidate in terms of everything. You know the know. You know the know.
I'm not laughing at you.
People.
I'm not laughing at you. It's just some things we are coming at the chat room and start laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, them are endorse it or them not endorse it?
No, they are endorsing what you are saying, but as I said to you,
I strongly believe that way, man.
That's not my call. That's not my call.
That's not you. I know it's not your call, but I'm putting it on your program because I know you have a lot of listeners.
The only thing I will say to you, I have demonstrated that I am a party man.
I know that.
Respect the party. I respect the decisions of the party, even when I don't like them. I am not like some people who won't like the party when they get what they want. Because you have a whole heap of PNP, only when them get what they want, them like the party. If them not get what them want, them willing to mash it up. I now go mash up the party because I not get where I want. And I have demonstrated and show everybody.
And that's how we lose the last election.
Even when me know me could have did win the seat and it was taken from me still support the candidate and work off my fingernail, spend my own money in the last general election.
Know that.
Upon election
and
day.
We all see all what you have done after the hurricane.
So all I am saying to you is that if the party calls me to duty, I will answer the call. But I am not going out there to tell anybody that now.
And I know I'm not acquainted to the East Portland candidate, but I know that person will sit behind you 150%.
Later. Say no more.
All right, take care.
Raleigh.
Yeah, man.
We're still looking at the economy of the country. And we put out a video the other day calling on the government to recast the 2026-2027 budget.
Yeah.
What do you say about that?
Totally agree, because it's not worth the paper it is written on. Because as I said before, let's start with the man who was appointed to look at the government finances. The fiscal commissioner never passed the budget. He said it was a failure.
Exactly.
He said it was a failure because of the fact that it never took into consideration the full damage done by Hurricane Melissa. It says a failure because the government still not tell me how them are spend 205 billion on capital stock when them can't spend 134 billion because of procurement. Prime Minister never addressed that, the Minister never addressed that. It says it's a failure because them allocate a certain sum to the public sector workers in terms of the wage bill without concluding the negotiations with the man them, so you don't know which part it will end up. There was no growth strategy. I never take into consideration the current global supply shock caused by the war between Iran, America, and Israel. So it's a total failure. Yeah. Plus, you have this tax package at a time when you should be expanding your taxing. Yeah. So it don't make no economic sense.
So, Raleigh, after you give all that explanation, what is it that is difficult in that? We're not just saying it. You put the data out there now to firm up the argument that the budget that Cliff Hughes and some other man I say was comprehensive and whatever is rubbish. No work the paper it's written on. What
those fellas don't know anything about economics, man. That's total nonsense, yeah? It's called like singing for your supper. It's not in the interest of the Jamaican people. The biggest flaw in the budget is that it has projected oil price at $62 per barrel for 4 years. Oil is now trading at $111 and $110 and could go to as far as 150 and 200, some experts saying, as long as this thing continues. I don't know what they're talking about.
Let's take the call before you come in, Obi. Hold on, Obi. Let's take the call. Have a caller holding. Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, Colin.
Yeah, man, go right ahead.
The person who called earlier, two-person, they're really relevant to what them I say. I think you should pretty much put up yourself, you know, as you said, the party caller, you're up because as OB always say, PMP needs some backbone, which they don't have, you know.
No, hold on, caller. I am not putting up myself because as far as I know, Doreen Campbell is on the ground. All I am saying, if the party said to me, Shaka, we want to run, I will do it because I'm a party man. But I am not putting up myself.
Yeah, man.
Well, I understand that.
Right.
But
I'm not causing no controversy. I'm not causing no division.
Understand.
What is best for the party, and once the party makes a decision, anybody with the party put as the candidate, Colin Bell will be on the ground assisting that person. And if the party say, Colin, we want you, then Colin will say yes.
Amen.
Well, the next thing again, you know, OB can second me to that, you know. You see, if the PMP need to get back in our power and them need for be back run Jamaica, they need to start work from now. They can't wait until next 2 years because you may say sometime to me, I don't see the aggressiveness in the party sometime. Like a Marlon. I respect that man. I respect him, you know. You know why I respect that man? Even when he wrong, he show up until that he's right.
Even when him have to tell lie, you know they are telling lie.
Yes, you can't blame him. That's just Marlon.
And I tell people, you know, don't hate Marlon. Marlon is doing work. Marlon, the party give him a job to do, and he's doing it. It's just sad that whoever have that job for the PNP, we're not hearing or seeing them.
You understand? This Damian Crawford, this big speaker. You can't tell me. Them can't tell me. So they're too busy. If you can't take the cup and phone and sit down one day.
But hold on, caller. If you realize, and everybody in the GLP here out there do what Marlon Morgan do, because every show of them actor, and everybody have to play them own role.
Colin.
So people must be given the role to do certain things. Marlon Morgan is given that role. Is that so, Obi?
Absolutely. Yeah, Colin, Raleigh, I want to talk to you about Alicante economy, but let me just address them together where I come up right now.
Finish with this caller first, Obi, before you switch the topic.
All right. No, I'm not switching. I'm talking about the same thing that the caller is on.
Right.
As it relates to the thing. Colin, listen, you are my brethren, you are my brother. All right, that go without saying, as Ralston is and so on. However, I don't want you to feel any way squeezy or anything like this. But I am saying this morning on Portland Spice TV, this August platform that God bless you with, the People's National Party, and allow me to talk to Mark Jefferson Golden for a second or two. The People's National Party must act post haste now and appoint Colin Bell as the counter person to Marlon Morgan. Give you the authority to speak with that authority and put out there, you are the best person at this time, because this Marlon doesn't hold any official deputy general secretary position or anything like that. Give you, Colin Bell, that position to deal with that. As it relates to the thing in West Portland, I appreciate the way you're handling it, Colin. The truth is that Doreen Campbell Forbes, who take home almost 5,000 votes for the People's National Party, is actively underground. She has not left the ground. I am sure that the PNP, a part of what they will be doing their regular things and so on and so forth. And if they should say, Colin, we believe so and so and so, which I believe that Doreen is a sufficiently good candidate that can win the election. Because remember now that a by-election is not so much candidate versus candidate, but it is party versus party. And that is why it is incumbent on the People's National Party to start flex their muscles on the ground in Western Portland and put that requisite support behind Doreen Campbell Forbes. Look at your list. Look at what you have to do. Look how much people out of the constituency that you have to go bring in. All sorts of things, Shaka. I reiterate the point again. People's National Party President, Mark Jefferson Golden, Marky G as I dubbed him, call Colin afterwards, have the conversation going, give Colin the position for come out there and bat hard for the People's National Party. The PNP need that level of dynamism right now. Don't talk.
One more thing, Colin. One more thing between you and Ralston, right?
Yeah.
I know we've been talking about the economy and all that, right? And about the future of what's going to happen with these oil and the war and stuff, right? I'm not sure if Andrew Holness have pretty much come out and like tell the people, like this is what we're facing, and just be mindful of your spending and stuff like that, just to gear them up like it's a hurricane coming. You understand? I'm not sure if the JLP have if Andrew have done it, but I know you guys been saying that Andrew have not done it. These are the loophole that Mark Golden have to find.
Andrew have not done what?
And
inform the people about the coming storm, the headwind from the the caller is right.
Yeah, man, continue, caller.
Yeah, like he educate the people about the war and stuff, what's going on. We're gonna be short of food because fertilizer, all these stuff, right? These are the loopholes. Since I know you guys were talking about, he haven't talked about it, come out and make a big press conference about it. These are the things I want the PMP to what the word I'm looking for, to copy that and say, what, since he's not doing it 2 weeks now, we're gonna have a platform and we're gonna talk to the people, talk to the nation. You understand?
All right, caller.
Front run him.
All right, thank you very much.
Good suggestion. Yeah, good suggestion, caller. The PNP has to basically take the lead because we're not getting the leadership from the government. So the PNP have to basically lead the thing, right? And Raleigh has been saying that too, and yourself, Colin. But Raleigh, as it relates to the economy now, we identify from the get-go that there were things lacking, that the government the budget was crafted on a false premise. Raleigh, I don't think it's too much for you to reiterate or to explain to the people why would the government of the day craft a budget at $62 per barrel for oil when oil was already at about $70 or $71 when they were crafting this budget. Address that first and foremost for Morale.
Well, look at address that, because I don't know what go through the mind of the finance minister. All I know is that by doing that, they have demonstrated their lack of understanding of the international economy. I can't run a small open economy like Jamaica without understanding the international economy, because that looks very stupid. It means that just the same way that they stopped the insurance and thinking that oil price would go in the other direction, it's the same error again. Yeah? So it tells you that they have a real lack of understanding of how the international economy functions.
Good, good.
We have a caller, Obi. Caller morning, go ahead.
No, I call already,
Oh, you did get you already. All right, cool. Bless.
Yeah, me get you already.
All right.
Yeah, man, so that the cabinet and the finance minister is clueless, because somebody in the cabinet should tell her that's a nonsense, because when we look at prices and look at what is happening in the international economy, because all this thing was brewing before, and at that time, Brent was trading at $69 and West Texas at $65. So how could you be projecting $62 going forward for 4 years? It means that the world economy would collapse or go in a steep recession. They don't know what to do. And we don't afraid to say that.
Raleigh,
and the fiscal commissioner, so they might say we fight against them. The fiscal commissioner wouldn't pay to do their job. Him not approve the budget. Him said the budget has a massive credibility gap.
And
they not address it.
And the Minister of Finance took him on. Let me go to a call, Obi. Hold on. Junior.
Yeah, walk on.
Let me see if we can hear you better now. Go ahead.
The problem now is that the man get a concession to carry dialysis machines.
Yeah.
To provide a cheaper service. The man gets the other.
No, man.
How is it?
Junior, continue. You're noisy. Your background noisy.
Yeah, my background noisy too.
All right, make we talk one next time. Go ahead. Let's see if we can hear you now.
How is it that them released a name 2 months ago, and then now you're hearing that there are 3 other companies? How come one release early and then you wait how long now to get the other 3 names? Is that they want to run one name into media for a period of time? You understand me?
Yes.
And then now, when them run the name, them can come in now with the other name them, and them crucify the first name, but the other 3 names don't really get no punishment.
Yes. Is the strategy of deflection?
Right. But look at it. You remember Richard Hassan?
Yes.
Them crucify Hassan to build some shops. Right? Him no burn down no way, no. The one no call him name, say him burn down no way. And them can, it's a dark day in Jamaica. You understand me?
Yes.
And everybody have everything said about Richard. Now you have a situation where allegations are thrown by persons that are elected. And they want us now not to believe what we are hearing.
That's their style. Marlon Morgan says redering.
Yeah, but it's not we say so.
At them say so.
I didn't see one say so.
All right, Junior, a little more.
We talk.
Yeah, man. So Raleigh, if they don't recast this budget within the next week or 2, how soon you expect a supplementary budget coming?
Well, I mean, knowing these people, you can't even predict nothing because, I mean, they're operating in such a dumb manner that you can't even predict nothing. But this budget is totally out of sync with the reality. So what me I look at 7.1% during the last quarter of last year, another economic decline during the next quarter, and a recession, and a long recession as long as the war continues.
So is it just Jamaica that's heading into a recession, or the world is going to be heading into this recession?
The world economy is going to be growing slower, and if the war continues, we are going to see a recession.
But
the reason why is that some economies were stronger than some before the war. So although the entire global economy is going to slow down, IMF said that, World Bank said that, and some countries which are marginal will go in a recession, and if the thing continues, the entire global economy is going in a recession. Many people are saying that U.S. economy, if this thing continues, will be in a recession in the next quarter. Jamaica declined by 7.1% in the last quarter of last year, and the budget is doing nothing to help the country to come out of that, and then immediately comes the war. So we are looking at another decline, and decline as far as the war continues unless something is done to correct it, and nothing has been done to correct it.
The first
Interest rates
quarter,
are still...
the first quarter of 2026 has been completed.
Yep.
Do you think that this is a quarter of decline as well?
Yeah, man.
And therefore, 2 consecutive quarters of decline puts Jamaica in a recession.
No matter what we say with the nonsense, yes.
So you are looking at when Statin comes with a report for the first quarter of 2026, Jamaica will be in a recession before the world.
Yeah, man. Yep. Unless they do something that is unconventional, yes.
Obi, you want to respond to that? We have a caller holding, so respond to that and then we'll go to the caller.
Absolutely. Based on the definition of recession, as we understand, as Raleigh said, doesn't matter what Wayne said. Raleigh, speak to Jamaica about based on how our taxes is configured and say oil, gasoline, and so on. What is the windfall that the government is raking in now with the increase in gas prices or oil price?
Well, it happens to the numbers, but one of the things that they originally projected was that they wanted 46 billion from Petrojam based on the special consumption tax on energy, 46 billion this year. That was at the price, as I tell you, of $62 per barrel. So with prices up now to $100 per barrel, and that it means that they'll end up getting much, much more from Petrojam, somewhere in the region of $60 to $70 billion. That is why, like Australia and all those places, they could easily suspend the fuel tax for 3 months, 4 months, and watch what happens with the war.
Caller, welcome.
Yeah, Colin, if I can ask Ralston a question.
Go right ahead.
All right, right. So we're talking about the world economy, and we're talking about recession and all of these things, right? And basically, based on what he's saying, that it's based on how the war basically prevails. And he's also expecting that it is possible that it's going to escalate, right? So what I want to ask Ralston is, when all of this escalate, are you aware that the world is planning to create a new system, and in order to establish that new system, that to destroy the present one, that is this financial system that they have, where they have physical money, and they want to destroy it to bring in digital money? Are you aware of that?
I'm aware of everything that is happening in the world economy, sir.
Right. So the answer is yes.
Detail. Yeah.
Okay. So the answer is a yes. All right. So if the answer is a yes,
yeah, but I'm saying, well, I'm aware of everything. Changing the currency is not going to change the economy. The currency is only a measurement of what is happening in terms of production on the ground. So whether you change the currency or not, when productive facilities are destroyed, it means that economic activity slow down. So the money, whatever currency you use, money is only a medium of exchange. The exchange is for the goods and services that you produce. So if you are producing less goods and services, then it means that inflation is going to accelerate. Interest rates will have to go higher. and the thing will have to slow down and people will lose jobs. It doesn't make no difference what kind of money you use.
Understood. And that is correct, right? So what me simply ask basically, right? The currency is gonna collapse, inflation, things are gonna go bad, people are gonna suffer, which we've been telling them, people are gonna lose them life, right? What I'm trying to say to you is that they're trying to destroy this system, bring it to ashes so people accept the new one. The thing is, with the new system that they're planning, which is a digital currency, is that they're going to have more control, because if you understand all of these proxy wars that are being set up, it is designed to create a system, right? So the old trade center where them bombed down, after going to Iraq and them places there, was all a plot. And every time these things happen, guess what? The people of society lose more rights, right? So them come in the Homeland Security and now people get spying and all of these things.
Caller, if you have a question, remember your call already, you know. So I was just giving you the opportunity because you see I have a question for Raleigh. So if you have a next question, we allow you to ask that, and then we now keep you along because you come on already.
All right. Fine. So the last question that I'm asking, right? If we know that it is not in our control, because we don't determine how the war, we're not in the midst of fire, right? It is not in our control, whether you're GLP or PNP, right? And if the event, the inevitable is going to be, once this war continues, this system is going to crush and people are going to lose their life. How do you go about preparing people for what is to come?
All right, give thanks.
All right.
That's a good question, but it should be a question to the Prime Minister and the Minister of
Yeah,
Finance.
but I think, no, hold on. I mean, if you are watching, because remember we have data, we have analysis that we do with data. Forecasting is not 100% accurate, but your common sense can tell you the trend. So if you are listening to what the main people in the war are saying, and if you are following the data, then you can see where you need to go, right? It won't be 100% accurate. So, for example, what we're seeing now with oil prices and all of those things means that the party leader, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, is supposed to be telling the country. First, he's supposed to be telling the country about the crisis. And then he's supposed to be telling the country how the crisis will impact on the country, yeah? We import fuel, food is going to be short, this is going to be that. And then he's going to say, this is what we're going to do in order to protect the country. Yeah? So we need to focus on food.
And that's why we are saying that the budget is no good, because the budget will focus on that.
Colin and Raleigh.
Go ahead, Obi.
To be direct with the caller. Obviously, the caller probably not listening carefully to us, yourself, me, Raleigh, to name those three, because the question that he asked us now is certainly the suggestion that we have been making for weeks now to the Prime Minister and by extension the government of Jamaica. And Raleigh have just
one of the questions I ask Raleigh every day: how the people,
absolutely,
how the people are make it out.
Absolutely, it is also something that
making an excuse to say that them can't do nothing. Other countries in the world have been doing things. Yeah. So don't come with that nonsense.
Yes, a lot of people are saying that. A man called me the other day and tell me, said the government can't do nothing, whether the PNP or power GLP, they can't do nothing. And I simply said to him,
argument.
I simply said to him, if gas right now costs $220 a liter, and based on the insurance that Peter Phillips had put in place, if that was in place and gas costs $180, wouldn't that make a difference? Him go silent.
Yeah, man.
Went
and
silent.
Then,
of course.
And then he project to get 46 billion from Petrojam at $62. At $100 or so, you'll be getting 60, 70, $80 billion. You can easily give back some of that money without any violence being done to the budget numbers.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Or based on what you see happening now with gas price, withdraw those taxes that you're putting onto the people. Back off.
That's the point I'm making. Australia doing it, all of the other countries around the world doing it.
Yeah.
So don't come with any kind of apologetic nonsense. Big man. Come on.
And if we want to bring somebody in from the private sector, the separate boss said that to me on Wednesday. Wednesday, separate boss said that to me, and he used the exact word, Raleigh, that the government, is time for the government to pivot. And he actually talked about the way the taxes is configured on the gasoline. The government can remove some of that because they're getting a windfall from that. So we have been putting the solution. We have been giving the government the solution and to say, listen, this is the way that you, and we know that they may be reluctant because maybe they feel aggrieved that say, boy, listen, we're not paying OB, Raleigh, or Colin, but we have advisors that we're paying and they're not doing this thing. So we can't take them advice because we'll be dishonest to take it free. But no problem, they can take it free. We're not charging. We're not going to send no invoice. Right, Raleigh?
I can't believe it's 11:30. I didn't even realize that it's 11:30. Go ahead, Raleigh. You were about to say something.
Yeah, man, and I'm saying to you that it's not no rocket science. If they were thinking global and watching the rest of the world, they would see that every government in the world is doing something by trying to keep the cost of fuel down. Pakistan, UK, Australia, the entire world. So don't stop the nonsense, man. We are a global perspective. We understand what is happening in the global economy. It shows that they have no clue about what is happening globally. So when the caller come with them kind of apologetic nonsense, they tell him, say, I joke this in the
The government is lacking. Go ahead.
Colin and Raleigh, I have to act in consensus. We won't send an invoice to the government for all this advice. Will we?
Not at all. We are patriotic Jamaicans.
Indeed.
Yeah, man.
We're following economic variables and what is happening globally. We're not in the party nonsense and them kind of foolishness there. Yeah.
Not at all. And in closing from me, Colin, because you cut it off shortly.
Yes, definitely. I never realized it was so late.
Of course, I was accused just to bring clarity to a matter and to say, listen, this is how we must carry our people in terms of educating people, because that is why we see that as a part of our mantra behind the microphone. I was accused by a senator of being a publicist, a PR person, and all sorts of nonsense. You heard it, Colin. And, I'm saying that this is the kind of argument that really begs the question, what is the motive, of this government and its operative? Is it to basically carry the people wide, or is it to get clarity out there?
No, it's about to retain power. The government is power hungry and power crazy, and they are junk in power.
And incompetent.
Thank you. Raleigh,
sorry, Colin. 1 second, 30 seconds, Colin.
Hold on, Raleigh. We'll be begging 30 seconds. Go ahead, Obi.
Begging 30 seconds. Raleigh, while we understand that, listen, the salary was granted to the Prime Minister as it was given to other government officials or politicians. Again, do you believe that the Prime Minister has basically carried the Jamaican people wide again when he used the argument to say, listen, I can only give the people at the bottom of the pyramid $1,000 on their minimum wage salary. But he, at the same time, go for the juggler and say, listen, me want for me know with retroactivity.
Yeah, but it shows a lack of care, and it shows disrespect, and it shows a lack of respect for public perception, and it also demonstrates a level of greed, because here's the people are coming out of a devastating hurricane, which the government says damaged 50% of GDP in terms of infrastructure, 620 billion in economic losses, and then the same administration turn around and tax the same people who they say are suffering. And then the Prime Minister comes personally and says, by the way, I want all of my people. It shows a lack of compassion, lack of understanding, and it shows a high level of greed.
And it also shows a deception, because in the debate between him and Mark Golding, he basically stepped out and said, Andrew Holness, did not take it, knowing well that if him win the election tomorrow morning, he might take it.
Yeah, man.
Deception. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being on with me this morning. Blessings. We'll talk.
All the best, my friend. Oh.
Yeah, Obi.
Come on, I'm saying blessings,
man.
my brother. It's really a joy. Keep up the good work.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Yeah, man. Thanks to Ralston Iman. Thanks to Conrad O'Brien. Thanks to you, the listeners and subscribers to Portland Spice TV. If you have not yet subscribed, we invite you to subscribe to the channel, like and share. Become a Portland Spice ambassador, bringing other people to the channel, because here is where we talk the truth. Listen, we don't have to lie to defeat Marlon Morgan in any argument, because the truth is on our side. The truth is not on their side. They have to lie to even stay in the argument. We speak the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So until we meet again tomorrow morning, we're going to be on tomorrow morning, not tomorrow evening. We're going to be on in the morning, 9 o'clock, or let's start at 8:30 tomorrow morning for Talk Jamaica. This has been the Colin Bell Show. May the good Lord continue to bless and keep you. Make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his light and give you his peace. Until we meet again tomorrow morning for Talk Jamaica at 8:30 a.m. Peace be with you, my people. Louis Culture, take us out. Where Louis there? Louis.
Tell them to try pre-we. Big up Portland Spice TV. Tell them to try pre-we. Big up Portland Spice TV. Remember to subscribe. See, Portland Spice TV. Louis Culture said it once and I say it again. Portland Spice TV. We are going to hold them and pop it off. Bogus batch where we rip off. Subscribe, share. Portland Spice